What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about mobile workbenches or portable workbenches like the Husky cabinet that's behind me. In this video specifically, I'm going to talk about why I chose the Husky one over another popular cabinet on the market, which is the Yukon one from Harbor Freight. I'm going to go over the things that I like about this specific cabinet and the things that I don't like about this specific cabinet. So hopefully it will help you if you're looking at purchasing one of these items. So without further ado, if you're interested in that, stick around. So the specific cabinet I bought is the Husky 46-inch mobile workbench cabinet. And at the time of purchasing it, I got it on sale, and I got it for just under $350. I think its usual price is around $398 or $400. Please keep in mind, this is the one that has the surge protector mounted to the side. I honestly didn't want this version with the power on the side. I didn't really have a use for it, so I thought. But I have actually found myself using that power strip more often than I realized. It's just a really handy thing to have. But when I was looking at these, they have a shorter one that usually hovers around $300, just shy of 300. And that was the one I was actually intending to purchase when I went to Home Depot to pick it up. But they had this one there. It was on sale, a little bit larger because I think that one's a 42, and like I said, this is a 46. And then it also had the surge protector. So the extra size of the cabinet actually is really needed to have a better work area up here. But that is the specific cabinet that I have from Home Depot. So now I'll go over why I went with this cabinet compared to the Yukon. And like anything I purchase, I always review it, I always look for a deal, and I always make comparisons to other products that are on the market. And so I did extensively review these compared to the Yukon unit that Harbor Freight sells. And two of the things that stood out to me, one is the steel on the Husky one seems thicker. I could be wrong, but when I went and obviously I purchased this one, so upon using it in the store, I was impressed with its build quality, whereas the one that was at my local Harbor Freight really, left much to be desired. And it could just have been, maybe they had a bad batch, could have just been a defective unit that they had. But between the thickness of the steel and also the drawers on the one at Harbor Freight were really hard to pull out. And again, I'm not dinging them. I buy a ton of stuff from Harbor Freight. It could have just been a bad unit. But with that being said, like, one thing I did notice that the Yukon unit did not have, and it is confirmed to not have this, is the soft close feature like that, where you can slam the drawer and then it softly closes. And the reason that's important is if you've got this thing full of tools, the last thing you want is to shut that drawer and your tools get shaken all around in the drawer. That soft close keeps that from happening. So those are the two primary features that led me to go towards the Husky cabinet, is higher grade quality of steel, at least in my opinion. So the quality of the cabinet feels more sturdy, and then the soft close drawer. Some things to keep in mind. Outside of those things, I didn't have any faults with the Yukon cabinet, and truthfully, if you need an affordable cabinet, I think the Yukon would be sufficient. They both do come with a kit with the pad or foam inlays for all of the drawers, which I think is a nice touch. So you get this thin foam that is in all of the drawers to kind of protect your tools. Has the deep drawers as well. And then obviously you have 3 thin drawers on either side, which is a nice touch. And here is the specifications on the Husky one. So you get the 3-year warranty. You also have the specs down here in terms of overall width, height, and dimensions. The drawer slides have a 100-pound rating. The whole cabinet itself has a capacity of 1,500 pounds. And then they actually boast about that thickness of steel on here by saying that it's 21 gauge steel. Now, it isn't heavy duty or professional duty up here. It's not 16 gauge, but it is kind of in the middle of the road in terms of the gauge that they use on the steel. It's plenty sufficient for a cabinet like this. But like I said, the sliders having the soft close feature and just the quality of the sliders themselves compared to the Yukon unit just seemed a little bit more sturdy in my opinion. The Yukon one, I also noticed that, while this does move, and you're not ever going to really do that, the Yukon drawers just seemed a lot more flimsy. But that's just my own personal opinion. This is the cabinet I picked. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you have purchased a Yukon cabinet, what's been your experience? Promised I would share the things that I don't like about this cabinet. And really, this is just me being nitpicky. But I don't like the fact that they don't give you the handle over here. The Yukon doesn't either. They only give it to you for the one side. You could actually just undo this one and move it over there. They also have a sticker over here that basically talked about, I took it off, but it said if you want another handle to call Husky and you can order one. I kind of just wish they would give you the ability to have both. And then if you only wanted one on one side, you could take it off. I also understand why one set of wheels lock or are straight and one set turns. But I just kind of wish the caster on the wheel would be a little bit better. It seems like it kind of gets hung up. I'm not sure if there's something in my wheel necessarily that's causing that issue, but I just noticed it's not quite as smooth as some of the other wheels that are on the market. It is smoother than the one on the Yukon, but you know, it's not saying much. And then the other thing that I'm just going to be nitpicky on is the foam. So I did mention that they give you the foam inside the drawers to protect the tools, which is great. But I think that it is pretty cheap. I think that they could have given you a higher quality, higher density foam. Obviously, you don't want it to be too thick because it then hinders the depth of the drawer. But I do think that something a little bit thicker would hold up better to the abuse of throwing tools and stuff in the box. But those are just nitpicky items that I did not like about the Husky. Things that could easily be addressed. I can easily fix the wheel or buy better casters. I can easily call Husky and get another handle if that's something I desire. And then I can most definitely buy higher quality, higher density foam to fill the drawers if I so desire. But those are the complaints I have with this. I have bought my fair share of Harbor Freight goods over the years. I've enjoyed them, so this is by no means a ding on Harbor Freight. I really do enjoy their products. I will rave about their jacks. Jack stands are hit or miss because they did have that recall, but I mean, I have Husky, I have AC Delco, and I have Pittsburgh jack stands on the wall, and I use them all the time, and they work great. But I will say the Pittsburgh aluminum jack and the Daytona jack are awesome. So don't get me wrong about Harbor Freight. Love their stuff. I think they have plenty of products out there that are far better, especially for the price, than some of the others on the market. But when it comes to the cabinets, I think Husky still got them beat. But I want your thoughts. Put them down in the comments below. You let me know if I got this wrong. You let me know if you think the Yukon's better. I'd love to know your feedback. I'd love to know your experience with the cabinet. Maybe I'll have to get one and try it out and do a direct head-to-head. We'll see. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in that next video.